Shalom Powder Spain. Again, this is the ISUPK, again out of 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. We have been teaching the truth since 1969. What is the truth? That so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, they are the chosen people of the Lord.
Right.
They are special people unto the Lord. They are the ones who the Lord or the Most High God choose to rule and to govern this society.
Right.
And because, again, of religion, because of Christianity, because of indoctrination, and because of following the ways of our oppressors, we have turned from following the instructions of the true and living power.
Right.
Again, we are here to bring the reminder to blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians. All these names are by names. These names were names that were given to us by our oppressors,
Right.
through colonization, through slavery, through they having coming together as nations, as people, to do what? To have hands in our oppression.
Right.
We need to know this. Without these instructions, without these records, we are governed under the laws and constitution of this society. They use these records to govern us, and they would turn these records against us. This is why they set up religion.
Right.
This is why they set up the Christian church.
Right.
This is why they set up the Muslim mosque.
Right.
This is why they set up all these temples throughout Trinidad and Tobago and throughout the four corners of the earth where black people reside. We are the most hated. That's the reality.
Right.
We are the most downtrodden. That is the reality. We need to wake up and wake up to know that the Most High God, as any good father, has always had love for his children. And that love that he had for his children, he always leave instructions. Any father will leave instructions when he is out at any given time of the day. The day that we are in right now is the return of our King, Yahushua, or what the world know as Jesus Christ. This is why we are out here in the streets of Port of Spain, to bring the reminder to who? To our brothers and sisters in Sealots, John, Lavantil. You hear brothers bringing it out earlier on, Point 14, Library,
Right.
where blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians reside. We reside where? In the ghettos,
Right.
in the slums, in the bayou, in the reservations. Look at our Native Indian brothers in Arima. They were pushed into what? Into a corner. They were not given the opportunity to expound on any way where they would patronate or partake in their culture. You see what happened to their culture? It was overtaken by whom? By our oppressors. This is why religion was formulated. It was formulated to do one thing, to keep the black man, the Hispanic man, and the Native Indian man to a low state. But know this, we are in 2025, and all that is happening to us right now, and all that is taking place right now in the earth, is black people is recognizing something. And what are they recognizing? That they are the ones who have been oppressed. They are the ones who have been downtrodden. And when I say they, I'm talking about these 12 tribes. Jacob's sons, the sons of Jacob. the bloodline of who? Of this family, which came through the ranks of the scriptures, labeled or known as the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. We are the offspring of those our forefathers. This is why we can come out and we can bring the reminder to our brothers and sisters, because when you look through the records and you go through the history, there was always a time in our history where we would turn away from serving or following these instructions. And by doing this, the Most High God did what? He gave it into the hands of another nation, not because of what they were deemed to be rulers, but they were deemed to be servants. And these servants, in return, was supposed to do what? Just like, again, any father bringing correction, they would be that correction tool for this people, for us.
The book of Job, chapter 9 and verse 24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
Right? Black people living in this society, black people living in this earth, we are governed under the laws of lies. And when I say governed under the laws of lies, the people who set up these laws, statutes, their ways of life, they set it up that they would always be to the top, and they would use these laws to do what? To do wickedness. This is why it says the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Go ahead. The proof of it is right here. They have come together and sit, and their conspiracy was this, that these people, we should make them to know that they are not known to who? To themselves, that they are brothers, that they are family. Look at our Hispanic brothers who has been traversing the shores of Venezuela and coming to Trinidad on a day-to-day basis. Go in our history and you would see that they have been traversing that pathway for over centuries. Now, who is going to come up against them? These are oppressors. And who are these oppressors? It have a perfect example. The people or the children of India, this nation. And when I say India, India is a nation of people. And this nation of people came across here in 1845 on paid wages. Came and meet a place already prepped, already, ready for any sort of what we would call, growth in any civilization. They benefited off of that. Our same Hispanic brothers, they were used as well. Now they come and they would speak against them. This is why, again, when it says the earth is given into the hands of the wicked and the faces of the judges they are covered, because why? Our faces are covered here in Trinidad. But know this, today, here in Port of Spain, blacks, Latinos and Native Indians, our face is going to be uncovered with truth in our records. The ISUPK under Commander General Yahana has been bringing out this truth since 1969. We, as young black men, were reminded. And how you know we're reminded? Because we are out here because of the love that our King said we should have one for another. Because of the love that we should demonstrate one for another. These are reminders unto us. These are reminders to this people. Who is this people? The so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians. Right?
The book of Job, chapter 9 and verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
And it say, if not, where and who is he? This is why we could highlight it. Because at one point in time, in, understanding and knowing that these records belong to us, our faces were covered. We didn't know who were the ones that were oppressing us. We didn't know who were the ones that had a hand in every oppression that we face here in Trinidad. This is why when we look and we see what took place again when the East Indian or the Prime Minister of India came to his visit, this nation of people recognized one thing. This nation of people recognize that they are family. This nation of people recognize that they belong together. And this is why when all that was played or shown on social media, know this. The scriptures say that the earth is going to help the woman. We are that woman in travail right now. Black people is crying daily. Look at our brothers and sisters, 90% of they are the ones who are on the breadline at present. In any, let me say, any job that we work, or slavery would call it. We are the first hired and the first fired. Or if you want to put it, the last hired and the first fired in some situations. Because why? When we come in to do what? The most difficult part of the job. And when it is over, then we are thrown to the side. And again, we see the race card being pulled right now in Trinidad. Where are the leaders? Where are the black leaders today to highlight what took place? Where are the black leaders to stand up and to, bring out and to come up against that act that took place by giving a person who have not trodden or, toiled the soil of this land, but only benefit of what his nation of people did. This is why the East Indian Prime Minister could have came down or could have come down to Trinidad and benefit and receive the highest award, again, as brothers was bringing out earlier on, in the country. Time for us to wake up, time for us to understand, time for us to know that these records that is being recorded or being read out belong to the black, Latino and Native Indian. And again, these are just by names. These records belong to black people. These records belong to a family, a nation of people. The sons of Jacob. Who is Jacob? Jacob is Israel. Who is Israel? The father of these sons, which became nations of people. Right? Go ahead.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 11 and verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
There's a lot of things that, growing up, and stories that have been told to us and were not witnessed by us. But you know who it was witnessed by? By our forefathers. We are reading out of the record of our forefathers. And not seeing, but knowing that these records are real and true and it's playing out right before our eyes. This is the faith that black, Latinos and Native Indians should have. That to know that this book is the greatest book that was ever recorded in the earth. And by the wicked, or these other nations holding on to it, this is why they can have these establishments before us. This is why they can build again these towers. This is why they can have these franchise. This is why they can live in as we say, what the scriptures define as heaven. They live to the top of this society. They live to the top of this food chain by feeding off of what? Of slave labor.
Nobody tell you crack. You know why? Because I never saw you before. But you a black man like me. And it works out.
My whole life was trying to find something to follow. Had loyalty, every man tried to borrow. Felt pain and a lot of sorrow. Got betrayed, sold packs. I didn't even have my heart broke. Living confused, about to lose hope. Cops got me on the side of the road like a sideshow. Need an antidote before I croak. Now I'm setting fire to rhythm man blues, call this guitar smoke. Rebel with no cause, trying to find direction. The world got me vexed. Picked up a bad liquor habit that's hereditary from oppression. Felt like my life was on fire, trying to find an exit. Now look, 10 G's plus a good wreck. Sometimes a follower is a soldier, trying to find a good ship. Plus when you in hell, how do you excel? Wisdom the breath of life, I don't believe in fairy tale. Listen well to what I tell. No calling can cause pain, something that a rebel knows very well. Can't you tell I was sent from the Lord?